Ford Country Squire 428 back in 1966 and 1967. Ford quietly offered something pretty wild, an optional 428 cubic inch V8 engine in its station wagon lineup. Now this wasn't the famous Cobra Jet version most muscle car fans dream about. Instead it was the Thunderbird-sourced 428 V8, making a very underrated 345 horsepower. But here's where things got really interesting. This engine cranked out over 460 pound-feet of torque, and that meant the big heavy Country Squire wagon, yes, the same one built to haul around 9 people in a trunk full of gear, could actually move with some serious authority. To the average driver, it just looked like your typical family hauler, big boxy and perfect for long road trips or trips to the hardware store. But to seasoned car enthusiasts, one quick peek under the hood told a very different story. Pontiac Bonneville. One of the coolest American station wagons to ever hit the road has to be the late 1950s. Pontiac Bonneville Safari. What's interesting is that Pontiac always gave its long roof models the Safari name, kind of a way to set them apart from the rest of the General Motors lineup and make them feel a little more special. But what really made the 1959 Bonneville Safari stand out was what was under the hood. It came with a 389 cubic inch V8 engine that made a solid 300 horsepower. And that kind of power turned this stylish family cruiser into something way more exciting. A true station wagon with muscle car attitude. Chevrolet Kingswood. Kingswood, 454, sitting right at the top of Chevrolet's station wagon lineup. The Kingswood was built in 1959 and 1960, then brought back from 1969 through 1972. These models were always the biggest, most expensive wagons Chevy had to offer, packed with powerful engines and a long list of creature comforts. But the real standouts were those late 60s versions. That's when things got wild. You could actually order a Kingswood with big block V8 power. We're talking about the legendary 427 and 454 cubic inch engines. These wagons had serious muscle, nearly as quick as some of the best-known muscle cars of the era. And the best part, they could still seat up to 9 people. Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser 442 wagon. How could a family station wagon possibly be a muscle car? Well, believe it or not, it absolutely could take the 1970 Vista Cruiser, for example. You could order it with a 455 cubic inch V8. Yeah, the same monster engine found in the legendary Oldsmobile 442 muscle car. That one choice transformed what looked like a typical suburban 70s family hauler into a fire-breathing muscle machine hiding in plain sight. And the numbers back it up. The Vista could still pull off 0 to 60 in right around 6 seconds. Not bad at all for a station wagon that could carry the whole family. Chevrolet Nomad Feli. The muscle car wagon segment actually got its start way back in 1957 when Chevrolet decided to offer a high-performance drivetrain as an option on its stylish Nomad wagon by blending a practical body style with a hot fuel-injected 283 cubic inch small block V8 engine. Chevy carved out an entirely new niche. The Nomad had already been a popular pick, especially among small business owners and families who needed space but still wanted a little flair. But once you dropped in that 283 horsepower engine, things got real. Suddenly, this family-friendly wagon could outrun some of the sports cars of its day. Buick Roadmaster LT1. The Buick Roadmaster LT, one legendary Roadmaster name, made a comeback in Buick's lineup in 1991. After being absent for 33 years, it returned with a fresh new look, offered as both a luxurious sedan and a long roof station wagon. But what really set this version apart was what Buick engineers managed to tuck under the hood. They found a way to squeeze in the same 5.7 LT1 V8 engine straight out of the Corvette. That powerhouse delivered 260 horsepower, which was more than enough to turn this full-sized wagon into a proper hot rod. Even with a curb weight tipping the scales at over 4,400 pounds, the Roadmaster could still outrun plenty of muscle cars of the era. Dodge Magnum SRT 8 packing a 6.1L Hemi V8 under the hood. The SRT 8 delivered 425 horsepower and a glorious soundtrack that roared through its twin tailpipes. This was a fast, capable, long-roofed machine that didn't hold back. The design had that unmistakable Dodge attitude, bold, aggressive, and instantly recognizable. And since most of the mechanical components were shared, you could easily think of this car as a station wagon version of the Charger Chrysler SRT8 Chrysler 300C Wagon SRT8, designed to take on heavy hitters like the BMW M5 and the Mercedes E-Class AMG. The Touring was the high-performance station wagon version of the Chrysler 300C sedan. Under the hood, it packed a 6.1L Hemi 5.8, cranking out 425 horsepower and delivering that signature growl through a set of twin tailpipes. The SRT-8 wasn't just loud, it was seriously quick. This long-roofed beast could sprint from 0 to 60 in just under 5 seconds, and it had a top speed north of 170 miles per hour. It was big, bold, and surprisingly fast for a full-sized wagon. Chevrolet Caprice LT1. The Chevrolet Caprice LT1 station wagon, introduced in the mid-90s, was one of the last great full-size rear-wheel drive American wagons under the hood. It had the same 5.7 LT1 V8 engine you'd find in the Corvette of that era, pushing out around 260 horsepower, built with old-school body-on-frame construction. This wagon had room for up to 8 passengers, plus a massive cargo area in the back. That meant it offered all the practicality of a family hauler while still packing some serious muscle car performance. Its long, low silhouette and classic rear-facing third-row seat bring a wave of nostalgia. But hit the gas and that torque acceleration still manages to catch people off guard, smooth on the highway and surprisingly quick off the line. The Caprice LT1 wagon has earned its cult following. It's a rare blend of utility and sleeper performance, perfect for road trips, daily drives, or just turning heads at the local car meet.